You've got a bad feeling about this. Your boyfriend hasn't been the same recently and you're starting to think that he doesn't love you anymore. So in today's video we'll show you 10 signs that he's not interested in this relationship anymore. Number 1. He's always annoyed at you. You just can't do anything right anymore. He's always getting irritated by the smallest things, and the quirks that he used to love about you just seem to get on his nerves. And he doesn't bother to hide his annoyance. He's always making hurtful, throwaway remarks that cut you deep. He could only really do that if he didn't love you anymore. Number 2. He doesn't take an interest in your life. He used to be interested in your day, your work, your friends, your family, your aspirations and dreams. You used to be able to talk for hours on end and still have more to talk about. But lately, he just doesn't seem to want to know. He doesn't ask you questions, and when he does bother to ask how your day was, he doesn't really listen and nearly always forgets whatever you tell him. When you take the initiative and start to tell him about what's happened to your best friend or what your coworker said in the office today, you can just see in his eyes that he's not paying attention and he doesn't find your life interesting anymore. Number 3. Lack of communication. This is arguably one of the most painful signs that he doesn't love you anymore. Communication is key in every relationship, and whenever there is a lack of it or it isn't effective, the relationship has a higher tendency of falling apart. Effective in the sense that he's not ignoring you, but the interest to talk that he used to have just isn't there anymore. Note that this includes both verbal and non-verbal communication. Number 4. He makes plans that don't include you. It is, of course, very important for a couple to both have their own interests and friends and not just let the relationship take over. But he's now taking that to the next level. He's always making plans with his friends and family that you are never a part of. He keeps himself busy in the evenings and during the weekends, so he doesn't have to be around you and think about or face up to the fact that he doesn't love you anymore. Number 5. Your intimate life doesn't exist. It's very common for there to be a lot of intensity at the beginning of a relationship. You want to be next to each other all the time, you can't keep your hands to yourself, and this is normal. Over time, it is expected that your steamy sex life will slow down to a pace that is more natural for you both. However, when you've stopped having sex altogether and it doesn't seem like your guy is even attracted to you or turned on by you anymore, it's a big sign the relationship is over. Number 6. He just seems unhappy. Most people experience a bad mood from time to time, and it's common for one or both partners in a relationship to experience the doldrums every now and then. But if your man's bad mood seems to be constant and you can't point to anything outside of the relationship that may be causing him distress, then it's a good sign that the relationship is what's bringing about his bad mood. Relationships are only as good as they feel right now. If your man is constantly in a bad mood and there is no sign of his mood improving, this is a strong sign that the relationship may be coming to an end. Number 7. He doesn't want to work on things. Perhaps you already tried to speak to him about what's been going on in your relationship. If he's still in love with you, then his reaction to your concerns should be to explain what's been causing his behavior and to talk about how the two of you can work through it. But if he just shuts off and refuses to engage or discuss your problems, then that's a pretty clear sign he doesn't love you anymore. Number 8. Being secretive. For instance, excusing himself to pick a call, not allowing you have access to his phone as usual, tilting his phone so that you won't be able to see his messages when you sit beside him, going out without letting you know of his whereabouts, and whenever you ask him about it, he puts you in your place. You shouldn't let him treat you like this. A guy who loves you would tell you most things and would not want to hide anything from you. But if that's not the case and he doesn't love you anymore, he would feel like he has no duty or obligation to let you know, and you have no right to question him. To him, his feelings for you and the time you guys spent together are in the past now. This is definitely a bad sign and you should as well take it seriously. Number 9. He doesn't talk about the future. The days of the two of you dreaming about where you might live, the kids you might have, or the adventure you might go on are over. He now manages to swerve any conversations about the future, both near and distant, because he just doesn't believe there will be one anymore. Number 10. He keeps forgetting special events. Special events such as your birthday, Valentine's Day, anniversary, and other special days are rarely forgotten by those that cherish you, not to talk of the person you are dating. Also, if on his birthday he decides to spend it with his friends and does not give you any time throughout the day, this is a sure red flag. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, be sure to subscribe.